And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with another episode of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And today we're back here, and we're playing this game between the Boston Barons and the New York Honey Badgers. Zach Plesac, Zach Greinke there, the pitching matchup. Those two guys have been incredible this season. And overall, this division race is really heating up between these two teams. Boston right now sitting at 61 and 46. New York 63 and 44. New York has been one of the better teams all season this year, but Boston, they had an incredible month right here. They had they had only 5 or 6 losses in the month of July, and they had a really good winning streak there. They had a 6-game winning streak going into the All-Star break, and they had a whole 7-game winning streak there in the beginning of that month as well. So they are one of the more hot teams in baseball, and they are really creeping up now on New York for this division lead. And we've seen some great games between these two teams this season. And so hopefully we get to another one, another good one here, as we are just like going through this batting order, and you see the lineups and you see the averages for this team here. Josh Van Meter there with a 286 batting average. Justin Harris, 33 at-bats so far in the majors, like 2 home runs and a 273 batting average. Pretty good start for him in his major league career. And overall, the top part of this batting order for Boston, very, very good this season. Mike Clevenger has been awesome this year as this team's ace. Trevor Rogers has been very solid as a number 2 pitcher there. He's up to 88 overall now in this game. Zach Plesac is the guy going on the mound in this start here, and we're seeing some increases for him there, +2 and +1, but a 2.43 ERA for him this season. Really, really impressive stuff there, and Eduardo Venezuela, really impressive stuff for him as well. One of the Rookie of the Year favorites right now at this point in the season. Eduardo Venezuela, +3 in his walk rating there, 116 innings, and a 3.1 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP, so very good numbers for him there. He's now starting for this team. And then you go to New York, and not really surprising that this team is doing so well. Got Jose Ramirez batting 300. Judge has almost 40 home runs already this season. And those top 3 guys in this batting order are hot right now, all on hot streaks. Austin Riley has been pretty good. So is Jose Abreu, but William Contreras is on a hot streak right now. He's batting basically 300 right now. And he's going up +7 to his Connor versus lefty ratings there. His other ratings are going up as well. So he has had a lot of good development this season. And Ramon Laureano has not been great there at the bottom of the batting order. But you got a great season right now by Rendon and then Chris Paddock. But Zach Greinke, man, just Father Time has not really hit him yet in his career. Last year he was excellent. This year he's been even better than he was a season ago. 139 innings, 21 games started, in a sub-1 WHIP and a 2.26 ERA. So he has been fantastic. And here we are to get into this game between Boston and New York. And we've already seen a couple of walk-offs here in this series between these two teams in this season. And, I mean, I'm sure that they played some good games last year. They were overall the 2 best teams in this division last year also. But this year, we're really highlighting this rivalry, and it has been really heating up this season. So you see the division race right there. Toronto is 4 games above 500. They're sitting at 57 and 53. Montreal's 50 and 60. Winnipeg 47 and 62. But Boston, 2 games right now behind the Honey Badgers, and they are definitely within striking distance of this division right now. Zach Greinke, only 50 strikeouts, but has only walked 27 guys, 108 hits for him so far. Overall, those numbers are just wonderful for him at 39 years old. Really, again, turning back the clock on him. He just does not seem to get older in this franchise, and in real life, he's also got a lot of longevity, as Ahmed Rosario is leading off here, and he tries to bunt on that first pitch, but does not lay it down. 63-44 record-wise this season. That is one of the best in the league, not the best in the American League, I don't think, as that is a ground ball stopped by the second baseman there. and that's an easy out. So we go to this lineup once again. 329 batting are on base this season. That is 4th in the AL. So this team has been getting on base quite a lot, and you can see really pretty good averages across the board there. Kike Hernandez and Cavan Biggio there, the bottom of the order, are not hitting all that great compared to a lot of the other guys on this team. But still, this is a good offense. Good lineup overall. Luis Arias here is going to go on that one back up the middle and into center field for a single. So he is on here in this first inning with Kyle Tucker coming to the plate. And Kyle Tucker this season follows that changeup off. A 266 average for him, an 854 OPS, 21 homers, 66 ribbies. Very good numbers for him across the board. Made the All-Star game this year as well. And that ball's in the dirt. And no advance from Arias there at first base. Now the count is full. Trevor Story is on deck, and Trevor Story's season this year has been part of the reason Boston's been so good. He has had just a resurgent season this year after not playing super well last year, getting hurt as well at a different part of the season there. And now he's up here with 2 men on and 2 men out. Takes that four-seamer there for a ball. But yeah, 920 OPS, 20 home runs, and 48 RBIs. Made the All-Star game. Just what a season for him so far this year. And he's now going to swing, drive this fastball into center field. Lariano is on the move here. Lariano's still back, and it's going to go over his head, past his glove. And that is going to score. Kyle Tucker all the way from first and up to third with a 2 RBI triple is Trevor Story. 5th triple of the year. And Boston scores in the first here. They're up 2-0. Good swing by Trevor Story, who's, his OPS has been awesome this year. He has got a lot of extra base hits this season. And now that's a swing from Alejandro Kirk into center. That is caught by the center fielder and is going to end the inning. But a big time triple by Trevor Story. And the Boston Barons have a 2-0 lead after the top of first. So here's Zach Plesac. And only a 10-6 record, but 118 hits allowed, a 1.08 whip. 34 walks is ridiculously low for him, and 82 strikeouts. So, not a ton of strikeouts, not a high strikeout guy, but just really limits guys getting on base. Christian Yelich with a 934 OPS and 20 home runs. As a leadoff hitter, pretty darn good. Made it to the All-Star game this year as well. And that's a fly ball. That is caught by Tucker in center field. And here's another look at this New York batting order. Jose Ramirez, 333 average in his last 10 games there, and even 300 on the year. Riley, 257. Brady, 256. Eric Haas, Emilio Vargas, and Ramon Laureano. Those guys aren't hitting very well in the bottom of the order, but everybody else in this batting order is really hitting well and playing well. And Aaron Judge, first in the American League with over 30 home runs already this season. 32 to be exact this year. And he's going to pop this one up here into foul territory. And Rosario, the shortstop, is over all the way in foul ground to make that catch. So there's a clean 1-2-3 inning for Zach Plesac now as we go to the second inning. And here's Dustin Harris, an 870 OPS. And again, like what I have seen from him so far this season in his career, as we highlighted him on his first game of his career, had a home run in that game, and he went 3 for 3 in his last game that he just played in. So he's been doing well. 2-2 to him here. That's a four-seamer. That's a drive into right field. Judge is at the wall, and that ball is gone! In a homer's landing for Dustin Harris. 3rd of his career, and it's a 3-0 lead for Boston here early, going right at Zach Greinke in this game, and they've got a few off of him already. And how about Dustin Harris? The young guy showing a lot of promise for him. He's been in the majors for probably just over a week now, and he's already got 3 long balls this season. So here's Enrique Hernandez, and yeah, this signing has not turned out great for Boston this season. He is not hitting the ball very well right now, as he is going to swing and miss at a slider there down in the zone. That's the first strikeout of the game for either pitcher here. And Zach Greinke has been uncharacteristically just kind of sloppy in his location right now so far in this game, and has already given up 3 runs here. So he's got to kind of get back on track, and hopefully that strikeout does it for him. And that fastball there, that is a 90-mile-an-hour pitch there. And Kevin Biggio, you know, the OPS isn't terrible. His 750 there, his power has still been pretty good this season. As it 0-2 to him. There is a 4-seamer late on that pitch there on the outside part of the plate. I think that was actually outside of the zone, but a great pitch right there by Zach Greinke. Maybe actually went out in front of it there with that swing. Now that I see it in slow motion. But okay, kind of recovered a little bit here and has gotten Amed Rosario in a 1-1 count. And Amed Rosario with a lot of doubles this season. That was 29 there for him on the year. And now Zach Greinke is going to go at him here with the 1-1. And that one is driven into the gap here. That is over the head of the left fielder. And Austin Riley is got it there off the wall, though. And that's going to be a double for Amed Rosario, who's second in the American League, I think that's said, in doubles. And he's got 30 of them now this season. He had almost 50 last year. So, you know, Amed Rosario, as a pure leadoff hitter, maybe not the greatest. His on base is just pretty much average, but he does get a lot of extra base hits. And now it's Alejandro Kirk, who takes a slider high. That was a pretty dangerous location, honestly, there by Zach Greinke. But Kirk has been awesome this season. Kind of had a slow start to the year, but has been really putting it on as of late, and is guy on a hot streak for this team right now. That average has climbed all the way back to 300 again for him. You know, kind of where it was last season. But Dustin Harris, again, really like what I'm seeing from him here, and you know, taking Darren Wolf's spot and for at first base right now, and he just had hammered that one over the wall. So 3-0 here. Boston is out in front. New York kind of down already in this game, and Austin Riley is up here. 21 home runs, almost a 800 OPS. 2-0. That slider misses, but I mean, what a great thing it is to have the type of power hitters that this team has in their lineup, all back to back, pretty much. I mean, Austin Riley and Judge, 40. Both those guys had 40 home runs last season. I don't think we're gonna. We might see Austin Riley get to 40 this year. That is possible. That is a throw that pulls the Rosario off the bag there, and that is going to be an error on Trevor Story. And you saw there on the ticker down below, we did call Shane Langoliers up. I was talking about doing that a couple of episodes, or even last episode for Columbus, and they did decide to do that. And so he is going to be the starting catcher, it seems, the rest of the year. That is a ground ball into a double play. And now runner on third for Eric Haas, who is going to swing and miss at that curve. Great pitch by Plesac, and that is going to end the inning. Fantastic location. And we're going to look at this pitch, and yeah, I mean, that is just filthy. Starts out middle of the plate and dips all the way down to the bottom of the zone. So here's Kyle Tucker, and as good as he has been this season, he was even better last year. But still, I mean, the focal point of this team and then this offense. And fly ball here into center field. That is deep for Lariano, who is still moving back and makes the catch right out near the track. I mean, Tucker hit that ball pretty well, but just not far enough. And there's 2 outs now in the inning. Trevor Story back up again. He's got an even 50 RBIs now on the year. And the 2-1 from Greinke is a pop-up here in foul ground, and Abreu makes that catch. So that will end the inning. And now Lariano comes back up. And again, this is a second straight year for him really underperforming on offense, and I just don't really see a scenario where he's going to be this team's starting outfielder next year. I mean, his defense is good, and so maybe you're okay with just continuing to put him at center field because of his good defense, but this team might be trying to look for outfielders, and I mean, this guy there in center to take over for Lariano in the offseason, or maybe even at the trade deadline here, which are actually already passed in this franchise in this season, so they can't do anything more with that. But yeah, I think that's an area that they can improve for sure. And Christian Yelich here, we're back up to the top of the order, and the count to him is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and that one misses out as well. So already 1 walk in this inning. Jose Ramirez is sitting on deck here, and Plesac has run this count full. So 3-0 to Yelich now, and that is a 4-seamer that misses outside. So we got a couple of walks here with 1 out in this 3rd inning, and it'll bring up one of the hottest hitters on this team. 22 home runs, 952 OPS, Jose Ramirez. 2-1 pitch to him here. It's a changeup, missing location. Ramirez is all over it. That ball driven to right and gone. 3-run shot for Jose Ramirez. That's his 23rd this season, and we are tied up at 3. Big swing for Jose Ramirez, and this has been such a huge addition for New York this year. 427 feet on that ball, 110 exit velo all the way up there, halfway up the seats in right field. That was absolutely crushed. That is a changeup right to Austin Riley. Really good pitch there at the knees for him. But Jose Ramirez, man, this has been a great addition for New York. First hit of the game for the Honey Badgers, and it's a 3-run jack to tie things up at 3 here after 3 innings. So we're here, and we have a close one right now, a tie game, as there's a ground ball, and that's another hit for Dustin Harris, as he is a perfect 2 for 2 in this game so far. And Zach Greinke already at 77 pitches right now. Kevin Biggio is going to ground that 1 to first base, and that is going to be an out there. So it is a 0 put up by Zach Greinke here in the 4th, but probably not going to pitch too much longer in this game. So we're in the bottom of the 4th inning now, and here's Jose Abreu, and a 751 OPS for Abreu. This is pretty good for him this season, and pretty much what I think New York expected to have him do when they signed him in this offseason. As you see, David Bednar winning Pitcher of the Month in the American League. That's a swing and a miss. Abreu strikes out. I'm sure that David Bednar had a lot of chances to save a lot of games in that last month. You know, in the month of July there. So with just how much winning happened for New York in that month, as that pitch just misses. And so there's a walk, and this is what the issue was in the last inning for Plesac. A couple of 1-out walks led to that home run, and now he's got Eric Haas at the plate. And that's a slider, and Haas goes down on strikes again, and that was just perfect location right here by Plesac with this off-speed pitch at the knees. Look at this pitch again. Wow, slider just paint there on the corner. 2 down in the inning. Emilio Vargas at the dish here, and he's going to fly this one into center, or actually into left, and racing on to make the catch is Hernandez, and that'll end the inning. So there's a big 0 put up by Plesac, who, again, besides that 3-run home run and a couple of walks, has been pretty good today. So we're in the top of the 5th, and back up to the top of the order here, and I don't expect Zach Greinke has that big of a leash at this point in the game here with where his pitch count is at. But Amed Rosario now get a ground it down the line, and that's underneath the glove of Riley. Austin Riley trying to make a play on the ball there, and he can't stop it, and so it'll go into the outfield. So man on here, Kirk is at the dish here, and he's trying to get on base, and he will slap that one into center field, and that is going to get down from first to third base. Goes Rosario there, and Kirk gets a hit to put man on the corners. So here it is, a prime scoring opportunity right now in this game. Corners and nobody out for Luis Arias, says that is a ball high in the zone. A 755 OPS for him, 40 RBIs on the season so far. And in 1-0 now, that's a fly ball, and that's kind of what you're looking for here into center field. And Ramon Laureano has got that catch and a tag from third base, but no real shot to get him at Rosario. He will score. And great job by Arias there doing his job. Exactly what they want him to do in that situation. A big time sack fly. Boston takes the lead. So 1-2 to Tucker now. And that one is going to get on through and into left field for another hit. And there is the manager. And yeah, I was just about to say, after that single here, they're going to come and take Zach Greinke out of the game. And overall, only 3.1 innings for him in this one. Not an exceptional start. Not even a quality start for him in this ball game. And he is on the hook for the loss. And both the base runners on right now. So Luis Hernandez coming on. 4.56 ERA for him. Or 4.56 ERA for him in over 100 innings. He hasn't been great as this team's long relief pitcher here. But just needs to get one out to get out of this inning and not bring home more runs and not have the ERA for Zach Greinke skyrocket even more. That is a stop there on an infield little dribbler. And at least Hernandez stops the bleeding. There's only 4 runs charged in total in this game to Zach Greinke. So we're in the bottom of the 5th now, at the halfway mark of this game pretty much, as that bat is shattered, and it's going to be a ball that just falls into the shift here, and nobody's over there, and that is going to get him a double, Christian Yelich. Okay, 23rd double of the year. I mean, a shattered bat down the line here, and yeah, with third baseman playing way over. In 2024 or 2025 in Major Leagues, that is not going to be a hit. But in this game, it is, because the shift is still, teams can still do it in this game. But now, man on second for Aaron Judge, and this is the spot of the game so far right here. This is the big test for Zach Plesac with his pitch count nearing 100. What does he do here with Aaron Judge, as that is a changeup that misses. And yeah, I mean, with a base open, I don't think that walking Judge would be an awful strategy here. And yeah, they didn't really give him anything to hit in that at bat, and so he will take first base. So 2 on, 2 out for Austin Riley, and Zach Plesac. This will be his last batter of the game, I would certainly expect, as Riley getting ready, checking his swing here. First pitch to him from Plesac is a fly ball into right field, and that one is down and gonna land, and that is gonna score the run from second. Yelich comes on home. Austin Riley delivers with an RBI single into right field. A little blooper that, the right fielder cannot get to, and we are tied at 4. So a big swing right there. And now Jose Abreu at the plate here, as that is a slider that is high but misses in location. And Abreu 0 for 2 in the game. 15 home runs and 43 RBIs. Has Plesac over 100 pitches now. There's a fly ball into center field, or into right field, excuse me, but this is going to be caught. I believe that's Josh Van Meter out there in right field, if I were to guess for this team. But Austin Riley, big time swing. Only the 3rd hit of the game for the Honey Badgers, but they score another run, and after 5 innings, we were tied at 4 here in this one. So with these teams only separated by a couple of games in the standings, every game that they play against each other is huge and very important at this point in the season, as that's a fly ball. That one is deep, and that is going to land and bounce off the wall, as up to second base goes Dustin Harris. So he's, how about a 3 for 3 day for Dustin Harris tonight. First double of the season for him, actually. And, man, he has just had a great day, and that average continues to climb for him. It's up to over 320 now at this point, as that's a swing and a miss. Kevin Biggio here at the dish. And a great shot there, the split screen between pitcher and hitter here. And that's a swing and a miss to Kevin Biggio there from Hernandez, and that's a big second out in this inning. And yeah, you can tell here, a good look at this swing way late on that pitch was Hernandez. And now we'll flip up back to the top of the order with Amed Rosario at the plate here. And he's now going to drive this one into the shallow outfield here. Shortstop and outfielder can't catch it. And now trying to go home is Dustin Harris. And you shouldn't run on Aaron Judge because he has a great arm. And he just threw a strike to home plate to get Dustin Harris out by quite a bit there. Not really a close play at home. Yeah, that may be just a case of a rookie being overzealous and trying to do a bit too much right there. As that is going to be the end of the inning. But, I mean, we've seen pretty much a bunch of everything in this game. As John King will come out of the bullpen for Boston. A 2.80 ERA for him this season. And overall, pretty solid numbers on the year. Wilson Contreras is at the plate now, and he's going to swing and miss. That was a great change-up there by John King. And the first out of the 6th inning. One more look at it here in slower motion now. And, yeah, I mean, not terrible timing on that pitch from Contreras, but just can't make contact with it. So Eric Haas is at the plate here, and this time he's going to drive this one into the outfield. Nobody's there. And Eric Haas is going to have himself an extra base hit as he beats the shift and gets into second with a double. Only his 4th of the season. He hasn't really been hitting that effectively this year, as there's a fly ball into center field, but Tucker has that read on it, and then he makes the catch to end the 6th inning. So, New York, nothing really doing in that frame here. We're going to the 7th inning now. Still not in it 4. As Alejandro Kirk is going to drive that one into right field. That is going to get down in the outfield for a single. Kirk's 2nd hit of the game. And now Luis Urias is back up again. And he's going to hit a ground ball. And that's a stop by Vargas is second base. And he recovers to make the play. Fantastic play by Emilio Vargas there at second base for New York. And second base has been a position that this team has just not really had a solid answer to all season long. Jeff McNeil has not really been the solution there at that position. And so they've tried a lot of different guys there, but Vargas is playing there today, and Aaron Judge is here at the wall as he makes that catch and is going to throw it back into the infield. That was hit pretty well, but not well enough to not get all that ball. And Story is up again here. 1 for 3, a 2 RBI triple in this game. He's got 2 strikes on him now. Ground ball. Back up the middle, though, very slow moving and safe on that. Well, Abreu didn't actually secure the baseball either there, as that is going to be a base hit. And I think that we would have been safe even if Abreu was successfully able to keep that ball in his glove. That's a swing and a miss, and Van Meter cannot take advantage of a couple of base runners there in the 7th inning as he strikes out. So, I mean, a good couple of innings here by Hernandez and a couple of big high-stress innings, and he's able to get through them. And it's stretch time in New York with a tie game at 4. Here is Jose Ramirez up again. That average back to 300 for him. As King is going to come set here with the 2-1. And that is a changeup that did get the strike zone there for the 2nd strike of the at-bat. The count now at 2-2. And that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That sinker was a filthy pitch by John King. And that is out number 2. So now Aaron Judge comes back up. And, he's only gotten on base once today. 0 for 2 on the day. And King here first pitch. And Judge is swinging at it. And he pops him up. Judge popped up into foul territory earlier in this game in his first at-bat, and now he pops up in the infield to restore you there, as that'll end the 7th inning. So New York still only has 4 hits in this game. Milo Casey will come out of the bullpen now for the Honey Badgers here, and he has 11.1 innings this season, and it hasn't gone very well for him. A 348 average with righties there, and that's pretty high even against lefties. He's kind of struggling. He is, I think it was a draft pick from last year, so he's a very young player. But he does get through the top of the 8th there, cleanly 1-2-3, in fact, as Ramon Mariano catches that. So We're going to the middle of the 8th, and now we're, late in the game, and probably it's going to be the next team to score wins as we have another classic brewing here in New York between these two teams. I mean, they have just been such a good battle to watch all season long between these two. As Austin Riley at the plate, he is going to swing and miss. That was a perfect change up there by King. And now it's Jose Abreu. 2-2 to him. That is a sinker that misses for ball 3. And the count here full to him. And there's a swing and a miss. A sinker that time, and 2 strikeouts for King in this inning. I believe his 3rd of this appearance already. And now Wilson Contreras comes on out. And a 1-2 pitch to Contreras here. That's a fly ball, and that's pretty deep in left field. And Hernandez is at the wall, and he makes the catch. That was a little bit dangerous, a little too close to comfort if you are a Boston fan there. As we are going to go now to the 9th inning with this game still tied up at 4. Austin Adams comes out of the bullpen for New York, 34 innings this year. 48 strikeouts, only 14 walks, a 3.63 ERA. He's been pretty good this season overall. As Elander Kirk comes up to the plate. And Kirk here, 0-2. Pitch to him, 1 out in the inning. It's a ground ball down the line. And fair, and Kirk with only 15 speed is going to have to be held up to a single. That's already his 3rd hit of this game now. And, I mean, how does he even hit that pitch? I don't know. That was kind of ridiculous there. But now it's Luis Urias here, and he's going to swing and miss there at that four-seamer up high in the zone. So he's got 2 strikes on him here with Austin Adams in his 2nd inning of work. And that's a slider, swung on and missed. And, I mean, that pitch was pretty much right down the middle. Austin Adams kind of grooving it here for Urias, and he's just not able to take advantage of it there. 7-inch break on that pitch. I mean, I guess it started up, high, really high in the strike zone, but still a very hittable pitch right there. Now Kyle Tucker, he's going to foul away a slider. That was high, but at least it was a little bit of a better location than the previous pitch that we just saw. And he's now going to swing and miss. A 2-seamer inside and tight to him. And, wow, some great pitches right there from Austin Adams. And he just came in there and took care of business in the top of the 9th inning. And so we go to the bottom of the 9th, and now Honey Badgers here, they have a chance to walk this game off. We've already seen at least one, I think 2 walk-offs between these two teams this season, and we might be in store for another one here, but I mean, this game decided and going to be decided in just a few at-bats as another strikeout for John King here, and another strikeout again for Eric Haas as well. The 3rd time he's struck out in this game. And now it's in the middle of Vargas. And Vargas here, he's going to swing. That's a ground ball stopped by the second baseman playing at short or behind the bag there. And that is right into the shift of Trevor Story. And now there's 2 outs in the inning for Ramon Laureano. 0 for 2 on the day, only a .212 batting average this season. Can he be the hero here for New York? It's a fly ball, and that one is hit hard and well, and it's going to land in the outfield for a single. So he's on base at least here in the bottom of the 9th to set up the top of the order. Christian Yelich is at the plate, and he takes an off-speed pitch there. I think it was a slider right at the knees. John King has been really impressive in this game. That's his 4th or 5th strikeout of the appearance, and a big-time 0 center extras. Anthony Bender coming out of the bullpen for New York. 27.2 innings for him this year, 3.25 ERA. Overall has been pretty good and solid this season. Dustin Harris, a 3 for 4 a day. What else can he do to add on to another really good performance for him? As that's a 2-2 pitch. I mean, it's hit well. It's right to center field. Ramon Laureano catches it, but at least all hard and solid contact in this game that we saw from Dustin Harris tonight. We go now bottom 10, and Ramirez is leading off the inning. John King here, 1-2 pitch, and it's a ground ball, and that is actually going to get through and into right for a single. And John King has looked pretty untouchable in this start so far here, but now he's going to be actually taken out of the game, and Brooks Raley is going to be put in this game. And I don't know, Brooks Raley, 4.91 ERA this season. The averages against are really good there, but he has been giving up more runs than he would like right now at this point in the season. And now Aaron Judge is at the plate here, and that's a ground ball down the line and just going foul. So 2-2 pitch to Judge. And here it comes. It's a fly ball in the air. That cutter is crushed by Judge into left field, and that ball is gone! Home run for Aaron Judge, and that is the game winner. He walks him off here in this one, 33rd of the year, and the home run leader in the AL adds to his total, and New York wins it 6-4. Another classic game between these two ball clubs this season, and another incredible finish here in this one. Aaron Judge, 0 for 3 in this game. You just can't keep a guy of his caliber down for long, and he found that ball, and he just crushes it here into left field, and it does not get into the seats in left field there, but bounces off that wall and nearly gets into the seats. But a big-time win for New York. They will extend their lead in this division. They are now ahead in this division by a total of 3 games with their 64th win of the year, and the Barons fall in this one here. What a game that was, and I mean, back and forth. I mean, tightly contested the whole way. Boston had that early lead, but New York kind of fought back pretty quickly in that game. But then we had a few scoreless innings until we got into the 10th. So some highlights here of what we saw in this game. Big time strikeout there of Josh Van Meter, who did not have a hit, I don't think, in this one. But Aaron Judge, the hero with that swing. So yeah, 33 home runs this year for Aaron Judge. He is just, I mean, he is the guy for New York, really, in their batting order. And for him to do well, usually this team is doing well, and he has 33 now on the season and 89 RBIs. Yeah, he is, I don't know, in the running, probably in the running right now for MVP. I mean, that's how good he has been. And Ramirez, 23rd home run for him. He's got 66 RBIs on the season there. As you look at this batting order and what everybody else did, Abreu and Contreras 0 for 4 and 0 for 3 in this one. But Zach Greinke didn't really have the start that you're looking for from him. That ERA goes from 2.39 to 2.44. 4.1 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So gave up a lot of hits, gave up some solid contact in this one. The bullpen for New York was perfect in this game. 2.2 scoreless innings for Hernandez, a scoreless inning for Casey and Adams, and Bender, who gets the win in this one. So good day for the New York Honey Badgers bullpen. And then Boston, you got Armando Rizzo with a 3-for-5 day. Kirk was also had a 3-for-5 day. A lot of hits for this team. Austin Harris had 3 hits as well. And home run, he had a home run as well in this game. Storied up to 50 RBIs. Orioles with a sacrifice fly as well. And yeah, Hernandez, Biggio, those two guys, 231 and 222. Just been disappointing with them in this season. And Biggio last year was very solid and had a very good season. This year he's definitely had a down year. Zach Plesac was okay. He was up and down in this start. I would say he had a pretty good start the first few innings, and a big 3-run home run in that 3rd inning, and overall had a 5-inning game with 4 runs, 5 walks. That is probably, well, that's what really hurt him in this game, was a lot of walks, a couple of home runs. And King, 4 innings, 3 hits, got 6 strikeouts in this one, is charged with one of those runs and the loss. And then Brooks Raley's ERA just went from 5 to 5.32 because he didn't get it out, and he just gave up a run there in that appearance. So that'll do it for that game there. Another great full game between those two teams, and we'll be sure to play some more between those two squads as the playoff race really gets going in the last month of the season there for those two squads. As we move on to Matt Brash here, he's making his debut with the Winnipeg Wizards, and +4 to his K per 9 and walk per 9 this season, +3 to a lot of his other categories and stats. And, he's very even across the board. Doesn't have anything super that stands out to you, but is just a guy that can do pretty much everything pretty well. And, Winnipeg here, they're last in their division, and their season is over at this point. They're not pushing for any playoff spots or anything like that, and so give some of your young guys a chance to play on your team, and it's against Tampa Bay, who's only one win better than the Wizards are, and is one of the worst offensive teams in the game this season. So Matt Brash making his Major League debut here today, and in 20 starts in AAA, 121 innings, 103 strikeouts, and a 2.74 ERA and a 1.23 WHIP. So, those AAA numbers are very solid, and definitely pitched good enough to get him a shot here and see what he can do at the Major League level. So here he is facing off against the Tampa Bay Vipers and against Pedro Leon to begin this game. Pedro Leon's 262 average, 753 OPS, and not a guy that has a lot of home run power, but he's getting on base decently well for the Vipers this season. One of their better offensive players this year. That's a ground ball to third base. And you take a look at this lineup, and you see their average 229 as a team. That is last in the American League, and one of the worst in all of baseball this season. And, Pedro Leon, Matapia, Spencer Wilson, those guys batting 260, but everybody else in this lineup is batting way below that. And, except for Nick Gonzalez right now, but yeah, nobody else has been really producing for this team. And that's a swing and a miss on Spencer Torkelson. So that's last year's Rookie of the Year in the AL, and he gets struck out by Matt Brash. That's his first Major League strikeout. Congratulations to him there. Keep that baseball for him, as that's a good, clean first inning there for him. And we're going to the second inning now. And Byron Buxton, in real life, he's doing awesome for the Twins, but in this game, he has absolutely sucked. Batting below 200 with a below 600 OPS this year. I don't understand why he is so ridiculously bad this year. He is like an 86 overall in this game, has excellent hitting stats, but he has just been dreadful, and there's nothing I can do really about it. I don't want to call him down to the minors or something, but he has just been hitting that poorly this season. And JT Realmuto is only batting 210. He didn't hit that great last year, but he's not hitting very well. He's hitting even worse this season. But he does get a ground ball here. He's actually going to second base on this, and he gets into second. That's a double from him. Okay. Kind of a strange double there as it bounces off of Billy Castro and goes into the outfield. But it is a double, and he's there at second base. So now it's Jalen Miller, who this is only his second game with this team after he was traded to them at the deadline. That's a swing and a miss there. And Brass gets him with a strikeout, a great slider. And, late on that pitch is Jalen Miller. So big strikeout there. Now it's Nick Gonzalez. And I think we showed you his stats a little bit in last episode or a couple episodes ago. But he has been great. 414 a batting average, and we saw him get his continuous hitting streak. I think it was last episode. I think he got up to 9 games in that episode, and it's now up to 10 games right now, as that's a swing and a miss, ball way in the dirt. But Nick Gonzalez has been one of the bright spots for a team in Tampa Bay that just kind of is moving forward and moving on to next season and doesn't have a lot of great things to really speak about in terms of their offense right now. As we'll back up to the top of the order here, as that's a fly ball, and that is going to fall in the outfield, actually, for a hit, and I wasn't really paying attention very much. That's kind of more on me. Pedro Leon gets all the way to second base there with a double. That was a weird spot for that ball to land, but probably shouldn't have gotten him into second base here, as that's a low chopper, though, in front of the mound, and that Brash will stop it to at least prevent a run. So we're here, middle of the third inning now. And he's got a couple of hits in this one so far, but no runs. The Winnipeg Wizards score in the bottom of the third. They're up 2-0 now, so a lead for Matt Brash to work with here. 2-1 to Torkelson, and that's a changeup outside. And for the first time today, we were seeing a 3-1 count and a chance that Matt Brash loses a hitter here, as now the count is full, and he gets a swing and a miss. I mean, just fantastic off-speed pitch, and he gets Torkelson to strike out again. Second time he struck out in this game. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that pitch. And now it's JT Realmuto again. So count full to JT here, and that's a little pop-up, and Adames is going to catch that one over his shoulder to end the top of the fourth. And I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Matt Brash here. He's got kind of some Ks in this game so far, and has been very solid and hasn't really given these hitters a lot to do with, or to work with here. So 1-2 now to Jalen Miller, and that four-seamer is below the zone. So it'll be 2-2 now, as coming set for this 2-2 pitch. And then Jalen Miller trying to see what kind of an impact he can have for this Tampa Bay Vipers team. That's a swing and a miss for another strikeout for him. He doesn't have to do much, as a home run for Nick Gonzalez in this series, by the way, but doesn't have to do much to really make a big impact, or at least outperform a lot of the other guys in this batting order here, as Nick Gonzalez is going to line that one into right field, and it falls in. That's another hit, and for him, this hot streak is continuing for him. 11-game hitting streak now, as he extends it with that single. So, yeah, we'll see how long this lasts for Nick Gonzalez here. There's still, there's still over a month of the season left, so he's not going to be hitting 400 for the rest of his time up here in the majors. But definitely good signs that we're seeing from him, making a lot of hard contact. And that's a fly ball. Luis Guillorme flies it into center. And so not a lot of base runners here, only one extra base hit for Tampa Bay, but yeah, so far Matt Brash has been able to pitch around any kind of trouble that he's been facing tonight. And there's Bryce Harper, and Bryce Harper just launched a home run. 25th home run he's hit this season. And it's now a 4-0 lead here as we go to the top of the sixth. And Matt Brash's pitch count is really looking nice so far, 77 pitches, so we can go for a few more innings, I think, here, as long as nothing really serious happens. That's a good stop by Arroyo. Jump throw across the diamond, and it is an out. Great play. Great throw here by Christian Arroyo down the line. Good stop by him first off there, and a really strong throw on target. So here is Byron Buxton, 0-for-2 on the day. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with him. He is, he's 20. He's not old by any means, and I think he's still under contract for a bit for this team. But, there is going to be a time where I'm going to have to think about maybe looking to move on from him and just get him traded for some type of value. Same thing with JT Realmuto, although they could have Torkelson there slide into the catcher spot, and then they would just have to find a DH. But 1-1 pitch to him here. That's another line drive into center, and it's another base hit here. So Realmuto's got a 2-hit day, as we're already in the 7th inning. And Matt Brash here with his pitch count nearing 100. This will probably be his last inning here, seeing how much longer he can go. As that's a swing by Jalen Miller. That one is down, and it's going to be in the gap, but it's going to roll all the way to the wall. And JT Realmuto is going to round third. He's going to come on home, and Jalen Miller will make his way to third base standing up. So that's an RBI triple for Jalen Miller. First triple in the majors this season. His second hit up here in the majors, in his first RBI as a Tampa Bay Viper. So good swing there, and just a good placement where that ball ended up going, and just nobody being able to get to it. And that is going to be the end of the line for Matt Brash today, who goes I don't actually know if there's an out in this 7th inning, but he goes at least 6 innings in this one and only gives up 1 run on a handful of hits. A really good start for him. I really was impressed by what I saw from him in this game. And out comes Keenan Middleton, 39 innings for him, a 4.15 ERA. And now it's Nick Gonzalez. And there's a line drive that is speared and caught by Rolly Adames. And, I mean, another really hard-hit ball from Nick Gonzalez there, but it does not end up amounting to an RBI or anything like that, as here's Dominic Canzone. And, yeah, I mean, a 165 average for him. He's played a couple of months at this point. He's got a decent sample size at this point in his season, and he has just been so far below average this year. As that's a fly ball, and that might be deep enough here. They're going to test it here with JT Realmuto tagging, and the throw is offline. Or Jalen Miller, sorry. Tagging from third base, and he will score as Tampa Bay will add on another run. And that run, by the way, will be charged to Matt Brash, as he was responsible for that base runner there. And now, top of the order, Pedro Leon back up 1 for 3 on the day. Middleton trying to escape this inning without any more damage being done. So we're 1-1, and there's a fly ball. Austin Slater on the move, and he's going to make the catch to end the top of the 7th inning. Good grab on the run, and that is the end of the 7th inning. So a good job, Kenny Middleton. Does allow that sac fly, but not much you can do with a runner at third base with, 0 outs. But there's a home run. Christian Arroyo, 4 for 4 day, by the way, for him. And he just cranked a home run right there. As now Nick Castellanos, his 15th home run of the year. He crushes a bomb. And a 3-run inning for Winnipeg. And this game is pretty much in hand for the Wizards at this point. They're down 2-7 now, and then they end up winning the game. And Matt Brash gets a win, his first of his Major League career, hopefully the first of many for him. And a 7-4 win. The Vipers did add some more runs in that 8th inning, but they fall short. So a good win there for Winnipeg, and a good showcase for Matt Brash in his Major League debut. As we saw him, he got, I don't know how many strikeouts we're going to see, how many strikeouts he got here in the box score, but he struck out. I think his pitches were moving very well, and he got a few strikeouts, I know, with 5 or 6 probably, and really only allowed a couple of solid contacts there. Jalen Miller, that triple was the hardest hit ball of the game. Even the double that he allowed was kind of a flimsy double, not really a ball that was, crushed super hard by Realmuto there. So overall, really good outing for Matt Brash. He didn't actually pitch into the 7th inning, but that is a quality start for him. 6 innings and only allowed 2 runs there. So, yeah, Tampa Bay, sorry, just looking at the lineup for this team. I mean, look at these averages: 188, 213, 250, 162, 253. I mean, it's just really poor there, and it's just really a struggle for this team to score a lot of runs on a consistent basis. And, Torkelson had a home run in this game. He's up to 15 now. And, I mean, I like what he's doing here, but he's just the only guy, really, and Pedro Leon has been pretty good as well, but he's the only guy that has, that combination of power and is able to get on base consistently in this lineup right now. And so I think this team is, they're still a little bit away from really competing, and their offense is definitely a weakness for them. As Tanner Houck, 4 runs in 4.1 innings. That ERA is over 4 for him now. Morejon gave up 2 runs. McGee gave up a run as well in relief. And for Winnipeg there, this team, they have Harper and Castellanos, but other than that, Willie Adames has been pretty good. Overall, their lineup isn't awful. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. I think their pitching is just not really up to the level that they need it to be right now. But Castellanos, 51 RBIs. Harper has 64. Flores, 41. Arroyo had a home run as well, and he actually had a really good day, 5 for 5 day for him in this one. That average is up to 258 for him now on the season. And let's look at Matt Brash, what he did in this game. 6 innings today, 5 hits, only 2 runs allowed, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. So, again, very solid start, very good numbers for him in this one, and gets the win. Middleton a scoreless inning of relief, and Rodriguez gave up 2 runs, and then King got a save actually in this one, the ERA at 2.96 for him. So that is going to do it for me in this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching this one here. I am, in Tennessee, and I'm officially moved not all the way in. There's still a lot of boxes of stuff that I need to situate how this room is going to look. But I'm here, and I've been here for over a week now, and so sorry about the long wait between episodes, but just had to take some time to settle into this new environment and to edit and stuff. I didn't edit a lot, before I got here at all. So thank you guys so much for watching and just sticking with this series, and we'll keep going here in this series as we continue with this season. And now we're getting into games that really matter as we wrap up Season 2. We're getting to the September call-up period in the last month of the season soon. So stick with me until we get there, and I will see you all in the next one. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more from me. Like this video if you do and like it and you enjoy it and you want to share with other people. And I will see all you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.